Good morning. Good day, sunshine. I mean, kinda. Kinda gray. I did see a little blue cloud or a blue sky coming out through the clouds, but that has since gone away. All right, you guys, good morning. Welcome. Welcome to today, Thursday, December 10th. We are fastly approaching this solar eclipse. It's pretty powerful. It's going to be pretty exciting. Lots of energy coming on the scene. Okay. If you don't see the results right now, it's not because you haven't been doing the work. You've been doing the work. It's just, it takes, it's going to happen. It's just like, you keep going forward. Keep staying true to what you're up to and keep believing in your manifestations and know your worth and know your value and stay in your lane. I was talking to, it's like sometimes you can get really frustrated and bogged down by not actually seeing, the results, but just think about how far you've come. Think about how much work you have done and how far you've come, and just trust yourself and just trust the process. And just keep believing in what it is that you're creating. Because it's happening, it's coming. You might not see it. Like I keep talking about all these shifts and changes in the energy, and you might not necessarily be able to see them tangibly, but it's actually happening and it's actually having an impact. So just keep believing. Keep listening to Journey. My favorite karaoke song. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Yeah, just keep reminding yourself that. First thing in the morning. Thank you, Journey. Thank you. I hope Sherry Streamy watches this. I'm going to send it to her. All right, my girlfriend Sherry and I did that rendition of Don't Stop Believin' for karaoke a few years ago. It was epic. We were in rare form. All right, anyways, let's see where we go with this. Now is a lucky time. Rabbit spirit, yes. Rebirth is assured. Thank you. Antelope, life is speeding up. Yeah, so it might not seem like it right now, but it's happening. We are in it. We are going there, you guys. Just keep believing, because we are on the precipice of something major happening. Life as we know it is, we are coming out. We are birthing. We are birthing anew, okay? And just be open, because things are about to get really exciting, and everything that you have been working on, everything that you have been manifesting, it's coming to fruition. Just keep trusting, keep believing, keep setting your intentions in a really high vibrational way. Make sure your intentions are high vibrational, okay? Make sure what you're manifesting is truly in alignment with your best and highest good. I keep seeing really good cards flipping, so that's good. All right, let's see where we go with this. Three of Swords. You're, all right, Justice. Balancing the heartbreak, balancing the sadness, yes. Empress, oh, that's beautiful. Libra energy right there. Standing in your truth, being grounded, being balanced, really being creative, rebirthing. The Empress is all about, creating stability and balance and birth and really standing true in that divine feminine energy. High Priestess, wow. Beautiful. Five of Cups. But you are definitely going through some portal. Oh my gosh. Hermit, Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords, Hanged Man, Ace of Swords. What? Seven of Swords. All right, let me clarify that. Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, Page of Wands, Tower, Six of Cups. Clarify this Seven of Swords, please. All right. If you know your truth and what you're seeing outside of your being is not copacetic, but you know your truth, just stand in that balance and that justice and that all-knowing. The High Priestess is all-knowing. She trusts her intuition. She knows her truth, and she knows that there's been some, I see the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and there's a devil energy here in a tower. Five of Cups. There may have been some circumstances that have been karmic in nature. Things that you thought were one way, but were actually not. But you know the truth of that. You know the truth of what is balanced and stable. So you could have had a relationship, a job. There's been an experience in your life where you may have been told your truth isn't true because somebody was lying to themselves, or they were lying, on purpose. I mean, consciously lying, knowing that it was a way to deflect. That oftentimes what will happen in karmic cycles is there will be, like when you think about unhealthy patterns or cycles. I used to work I don't want to equate this to that, but I used to work with victims of violence, survivors of violence. I used to work with young people, and we would talk about what does it actually look like to get into a cycle where there is power and control in a dynamic. One person has the power and control and the other one experiences that dominance. And what that really actually means is that you then get convinced that your truth is really not truth because it goes against what the person in trying to dominate the situation stands in a position of, to continue to not have to take responsibility, not have to actually see how their actions are toxic, okay? So this could be in a workplace, this can be in a relationship, this can be related to maybe you yourself are doing this. Either way, it's all about, knowing what the truth is, even in spite of somebody trying to convince you otherwise. Like justice is all about, the legal things. No criminal is guilty. Okay. I think 90% of criminals say they're not guilty. So I think it's really important to understand the context in which energy around you has you believing certain things that aren't really in alignment with what really is the truth. And I think what's really important is that you stand, maybe it's their truth, but inherently not true. Okay? It's how they're justifying their actions so that they don't actually have to take responsibility. So that could be very confusing. There could be a lot of confusion in that, and disappointment and heartbreak. But I think it's really important that you continue to stand in this high priestess, empress, justice energy. There's a new opportunity here for you to really go within, to spend some time in that hermit energy. I love this. This is beautiful. This is all about you really just not getting caught up in somebody's perspective that isn't in alignment with your perspective. It's like we all have, yesterday I did that reading, this and that are true. We all have a position, we all have a perspective. I used to work with people who, you can't rationalize with somebody who isn't in a rational way of thinking, and they're in a justifiable way of justifying their actions that they don't necessarily want to see. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever been wrong and not wanted to admit wrong? So you just kept saying, no, that's not right. I'm right and you're wrong. You get really convicted in your position, even though you know your position really isn't right, but you don't want to back down off of that. I mean, this could be something to that effect, but I think what's happening here is the truth, Queen of Swords, Justice, Empress, High Priestess. The truth is here. Ace of Swords. Keep standing in your truth so that you can keep being in your position of value and worth. Because if you waver off of that, then you start to question yourself. That is inherently counterintuitive to being able to really stand in your power, okay? So this is about really seeing the bullshit, standing in your love and your creativity and your intuition, and really being okay with what has been difficult, because there is sadness here, there is disappointment here. It could be related to whatever, your job, your relationship, your life, whatever it is, a family member. There is something about you being able to know your truth and value and not be wavering on, not allowing yourself to be talked out of that, so that you can continue to really do the work to heal yourself, to know where you're going, to trust the process. Because this is where I'm saying you might not see all the work you've done because you don't have the tangible evidence yet, but it's here, it's real. You're really moving forward into a new cycle of love and balanced emotions and stability and passion and truth, okay? And you might get tripped up. There might be a point going forward here that you're gonna get tripped up a little bit. Somebody might try to, again, talk you out of what might be counterintuitive to their truth, okay? That might be not in alignment with that. But I think the message here is to really just keep being you. Just keep standing in your power and your leadership and your stability and your grounded emotions, and allow for the confusion that this may bring into your environment to really just be compassionate. When it's like trying to rationalize with somebody who's drunk. It's just so dumb. Have you ever been in somewhere and you haven't been drinking and the people around you have, and they're making just not a whole lot of sense, and they're funny and they're whatever, and sometimes they have some lucid thoughts, but ultimately it's just a kind of a clusterfuck. But this is really all about really allowing for that. You can't control people in those circumstances. You can't try to talk them out of their incoherence, if you will. You can't talk them out of the craziness of that because they're not thinking clearly. There's something in the space. So this is all about allowing the confusion to just kind of dissolve. And you don't have to battle that anymore. You don't have to continue to be convinced of something that isn't your truth. And just to keep doing the work on yourself, to keep healing yourself, to trust your intuition, to reestablish balance. Because when you get caught up in things like that, they get you off your path. They deter you from what you're really up to. So just this Queen of Swords, Hanged Man. It's like really standing, taking the time to and then the Ace of Swords. I can't tell you how. I mean, you can see it, you can hear me. The message in this reading is so blatantly powerful about truth and integrity and compassion and love and justice and trusting your intuition and continuing to do the work on yourself, to heal yourself, to really allow spirit to guide you so that you can keep moving forward and let go of the karma, the karmic cycles, the toxic cycles that have kept you engaged. And that's the work that you've been doing. You've been looking at interrupting patterns and cycles in your life that no longer serve you. And it could be just as much as, not engaging in communication with somebody that, if you, let's say that whoever it is in your life that you don't agree with. It could just be that you don't agree with them. It could be as simple as they do things that are manipulative to get their own way, and you don't agree with that. And you've done the work to actually create the space for yourself to not have to be pulled into that toxicity. That's the work. That's what I'm saying by doing the work. You've done the work, and now you're moving forward, grounded, emotionally stable, passionate, creative, truthfully, birthing anew, coming out into this new you, into this you that is confident in their truth and their value, and doesn't have to react when confronted with messaging that isn't in alignment with that. You're like, well, not my truth. I'm gonna just keep it pushing. I'm up to stuff, not this. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where I'm drawing the line. I know my worth, I know my value, I know my truth. I have continued to do the work on myself. I will continue to do that. I will allow spirit to pull me forward, and I will focus on continuing to contribute to my mission and the greater good. Okay? This is that. So don't stop believing, you guys. Just keep on keeping on, because this work has not been in vain. Okay? This is what is catalyzing you forward. This is leveling you up. This is going to bring into your manifestation. This is bringing in the manifestations that you want. Okay? So what you've been manifesting is a truthful experience, a truthful reality that is just and balanced and clear and stable and loving and grounded. Okay? Whether that be at your job or in your relationships or in your family. All right. So put your seatbelt on, because it's about to happen. All right. So get ready. Okay, you guys, I hope this reading resonated. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content I am creating. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you soon. Ciao.